President Biden recently announced pardons for anyone with a federal conviction for marijuana. But the news was quite disturbing for stoners to see someone actually doing something. Yes, thank you, thank you, and welcome to the Melissa J Show. My name's Melissa J, and we are coming to you live from our studios here in scenic Los Angeles, California. Where the clown crime wave has gotten out of control. And I should probably introduce my rapidly expanding little co-host right here. This is Melissa J. Jr., who is pregnant. And she's starting to show her little baby bump, so she's got her little bump suit on. And as we've mentioned in earlier episodes of the show, the father of the baby is none other than Nick Cannon. Because this is Hollywood and we like to keep up with all of the recent trends, and I can't think of anything more trendy right now than having Nick Cannon's baby. Although it's kind of like investing in crypto, just because everyone is doing it, that doesn't mean it's a good idea. Starting out the show with some political news, election denier Kari Lake recently lost in her bid to become governor of Arizona, and big surprise, she denied the results of the election, claiming that it was rigged and that, quote, Arizonans know BS when they see it. And for once, I'm actually in agreement with Kari Lake. Arizonans do know BS when they see it. That's why they didn't elect you. In other political news, the Georgia Senate race between Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker is headed to a runoff election because Libertarian candidate Oliver Chase prevented either of them from getting the 50% of the votes required to win. So there will have to be yet another election on December 6th. And yes, this is the first time in history that a third-party candidate has been a pain in the ass. And what do you know? During the time we were showing you those pictures of inconsequential politicians, our own Melissa J. Jr. started having contractions. Then she went into labor and was picked up by an ambulance and rushed off to the hospital. I know the break was only a few seconds, but this is LA and things happen fast in this town. Unless you're an aspiring comedian like myself, then things happen slowly. Very, very slowly. And what do you know? During the time we showed you that hashtag, our own Melissa J. Jr. just gave birth to her first child. And during that time, I was able to rush off to the hospital and be there to assist in the birth. Then I rushed back to our studios so I could be here in this chair without missing a moment of airtime. And here's a picture of me while I was back at the hospital, midwifing my ass off. And on that note, we would like to welcome the newest member of our tiny little show business family. So let's hear it for Melissa J. Jr. Jr. know the baby looks like they should be called Nick Cannon Jr., but this isn't the Nick Cannon show. It's the Melissa J show, so we're going with Melissa J Jr. Jr. And what do you know? Junior and Junior Jr. are already back from the hospital and back at work. Because just like every other major corporation in this country, we don't offer 1 second of daycare or maternity leave here at this show. So on that note, let's get back to the news. Twitter's CEO, Elon Musk, recently fired a large portion of Twitter's workforce, then sent out an email to the remaining workers saying that if they wanted to keep their jobs, that they needed to be, quote, extremely hardcore. What is this, a porno? Extremely hardcore? You're saying that employees need to be willing to do gangbang, anal, and deep throat just so they can work for a social media company? And not for nothing, you just fired half of the workers and then told the other half to work twice as hard. I think it's safe to say that Twitter's employees would like to do some things to you that could also be described as extremely hardcore. And before we get out of here, on a bit of a serious note, as much as we like to clown around here at this show, one of the main reasons we're here is to be an advocate for the LGBTQ community. So we would like to take this opportunity to offer our heartfelt condolences to the friends and family of the 5 people who were senselessly murdered in the shooting at Club Q in Colorado Springs last weekend. And it seems like lately there's been a lot of disturbing news for us LGBTQ folks. Whether it's the Supreme Court threatening to take away same-sex marriage, or the dangerous trend of politicians making false accusations of pedophilia against us, over the last few months, it seems as though time has been moving backward instead of forward. So to anyone who is feeling a little discouraged right now, just remember what the struggle is all about. It's about the fact that there is no greater joy than being the person who you were meant to be, which is why we have to do everything we can to make sure that we live in a world where everyone has the freedom to be the person they were meant to be. So please, stay beautiful. Let's keep our heads up and keep fighting the good fight every day. And remember that love will always win in the fight against hate. And to everyone watching at home, thank you so much for your time. Please remember to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to press the like button and leave a comment in the comment section. We would love to hear from you. And we'll see everybody next time.